morning. I'm Annamarie Oak, and I'm from Cornerbrook, Newfoundland, Canada. And I'm here today at the FM Brush Company in Glendale, New York. It's a beautiful sunny day out there this morning. Not like Newfoundland weather, but it's so beautiful here. I'm going to be demoing on my large surface canvas. It's a 16 by 20. And I'm going to be demoing the faux sable. The faux sable brush. They come in 3/4. They also come in 1 inch. And I'm using a 12 or 1/2 inch flat. Those brushes, they have the beautiful pink handles. They're synthetic, a blend of synthetic hairs, which make them so durable and so lasting. It was very exciting to have Greg explain the hairs to me on the brushes. To understand how they're made, it's been pretty cool. It's a check in the box for me today to be exploring this beautiful factory. Anyway, we're going to begin. I'm going to begin with my 3/4 faux sable. It's an angle shader. And I'm going to be using the DecoArt Premiums. They're thick. It's the Cad Red. You can use the DecoArt American paints, any kind of paint you have. And I'm going to show you how to build a rooster by just using a few brushes and our beautiful faux sable brushes. Always wet your brush when you move into the acrylic paint. And to properly load your brush, you need to push down on the bristles, letting the paint go on the inside of your bristles, not only just the very edge. So I'm just painting on a black surface, and that's fine. I'm okay to do that. You would trace out a rooster if this were a pattern packet. But we're going to have fun here today and build a rooster and show you how really neat those brushes work. The Cad U gives a nice, soft red color, and the black is showing through. And see how smooth that faux sable angle brush? Wow, it just moves, making that comb on that rooster so softly. It blends out very nicely and works well. So this is our comb. I'm going to move down into the head part so I can form the black eye that we have about right here, okay? The eye on the rooster is going to be about right there, and it's going to stay black. I'm going ahead with my 3/4 inch faux sable again, just to form the head a little bit, because we're going to move into our oval-shaped rake or a brush with a tooth, and it's a blend of synthetic hairs again, which is awesome for durability. And it's chipped out. If you can see that there, they chip out the, with their manufacturing, they take out the hairs and make them very beautiful for doing feathers and rooster hairs. I love the brushes that FM Brush has designed for me, or for the artists. The bellies or the reservoir are so neat. You can touch that belly, which is close to the ferrule. It holds so much paint. So I'm going to show you how to properly load the faux sable to use for feathers for our rooster. We wet our brush. I'm just going to remove this one from the water here now and just lay it down flat, leaving a little bit of water in it, so it's good. Alrighty, I am watering down my brush. I'm going into my paint, and as you can see, I'm really fully, completely loading it. There you go. Pushing down. Those brushes are so durable that they can stand a lot of pressure, and great for students and for professional artists as well. They're such a professional brush, but really great for students. I'm going to move to a certain spot by my paint in a clean area. I'm going to hold my brush up perpendicular to my palette, okay? And we're going to twist that brush. You twist again. Anyone can sing. You'll have to sing while you do this. Alrighty, twist to a full 360. Now I'm going to pop that up. I'm not going to drag the paint along. I'm going to pop it up. Those bristles are awesome, fully loaded. And just watch what I'm going to do. There we go. We're going to move forward with the red so that our rooster can have some nice hairs. And this is amazing. You may not be able to see it as well right now because we'll add the white to it also. And that's when it's going to pop right out at you. Okay, you little bird, you got to have a little beak. There you go. Now, when we always go back to do the same technique over again. Load our brush. Go to a clean area. Twist. Can you see those hairs? They're coming right straight out and they're separating. They're separating, which gives our brush that look of, you know, like very hairy. Those hairs are holding a lot of paint. You can see how much we can work with this without even loading it up. Okay, that's enough red for now. You could add any color. I add yellows. I love turquoise, oranges, but we'll be adding some gold leafing on this to punch it up at you before we add the white to it. Okay, so of course we come right on down with this. One more stroke with the red and I am good. There you go. Hold it up. Make sure that you push that brush right to the silver part, which is the ferrule, and pop it up. That really is the way that this brush is correctly loaded to make hairs and feathers and all that good stuff. Okay. Now, our little black eye. A lot of people like that eye. There. Okay, that's what really gives them character. Okay, we're going to let that dry a little. I'm going to move forward with my white to show you now the white feathers. And I'm just going to use my sand gray, which is a light color. There we go. And we're using the same brush. It's the oval rake brush by FM Brush. It's the faux sable. And they have a pink wooden handle, and they're beautiful, beautiful brushes. And they work really great for fur on animals, birds, Santa beards, you name it. They work really well. So we wet our brush. We fully load again. Move my water. There you go. And I go to a separate spot on the palette, and I twist my brush, twisting it around 360, pop it up, and now I'm going to add, there you go. See how that works miraculously. Wow. And I'm just basically doing S strokes. See that? S strokes. Now, you can see I loaded one load and I still got a lot of paint left in that brush. A lot of brushes cannot do that. They just can't hold the paint. And there you go. Making this funny how the white really pops up, brings it out. There you go, in those S strokes. Okay, I'm waiting for this portion here to dry a little because I want to add some gold leafing to it to show you how I add my gold leafing. Okay. Now, wet our brush and we just lay it there for a moment. I use a lot of Pebeo, which is a liquid oil fine art paint. And I use them, if I were to use this at home, I would use little containers. But I'm just going to pour a little bit here because I want to use it as a glaze over my acrylic paints. That way I can adhere my gold leafing on top of that. I like the Eye of the Tiger, and I love the Eye of the Tiger, actually. I have 3 in a combination set I use. It's a large 3/4, and I use a 10, number 10, and a liner in the set. And they're the ones I use for my liquid oils. I load them up by just pressing down. The reservoir for the eye of the tiger is very thick, which is the belly of the brush here. The hairs are so thick, and they soak up your oil paint, so you can add more paint without reloading, and they work so nicely with that. I've been cleaning my eye of the tigers when I use them with oil, with baby oil, because baby oil has mineral spirits in them. And then at the end of the day, I take them and I give them a good wash with the odorless turps, and they've been lasting forever. So I'm just going to apply this, and of course this would be a little drier than what it is now, but I'm okay with that. I just want to show you what I do to apply the, there you go. And those temperatures here in New York has been really nice for drying paint. I've been teaching and things, and our paint has been drying so well. Okay, I'm just going to lay that down. I would have cleaned that out with the baby oil, but we'll do that after in a moment. Okay, so I think this part right here would be okay to add the gold leafing. Gold leafing comes in packages that I use. It's a Pebeo product, 12 sheets. They're quite large sheets. I think they're like 8 by 8s. And I cut them into fourths. That way you don't waste as much, and you just cut them into fours and lay them down on your piece. I like to use my by FM brush. It's the acoustic for waxes. I love these brushes for my batiking. With my hot waxes, I do a lot of batiking with gin washi papers, and these are awesome brushes for that. So durable when you place them into your hot pots and work with them. They're a lot of fun to use. So I also use them for my gold leafing. I lay my gold leafing down on a spot that I want it to stick on. Shiny side up. That is very important. Most people, when they lay down gold leafing, they say, oh, I want to put gold there, so I'm going to, put my gold there. It doesn't come off. So that's why I place it shiny side up and over the Pebeo, which has now become tacky. That's what keeps it. There you go. You can see that. It adheres. And as it's drying, it adheres really well. There you go. I also went up into the comb part to add the red. Oh, that came out really nice. The gold looks really nice as well. So we'll put some on the, tear this in half. Okay, it's not going to tear for me. That's okay. There you go. Just to show you the color gold. Can you see that? This is very nice. Using the acoustic, I'm using the 1/2 inch acoustic brush by Dynasty. It's a wooden handle. It's awesome for applying this gold leafing. It's really giving it a nice subtle look, and I'm really liking the way it, voila, there it is. Very nice. There you go. Perfect. So once you get your Rooster gold leafing portion done, I will go back with my oval rake brush, and I'll add more white to kind of bring it together a little more for you. Go into your sand or your lighter color, fully load, and we're going to twist that out again. There you go. I'm holding it perpendicular to my palette, and I'm popping it up. Therefore, I'm going to come in close to that eye of that rooster. Add a little dot there and there at 1 o'clock and maybe at 6 o'clock to give him some character. Just like he's going to talk to you. You can see I'm going over the leafing. Okay, I'm just going to show you. It's not quite dry to what I would like for it to be, but I think I can show you how I added the hairs to his head. And the stray hairs is what makes it so unique. Wow, this brush. If you could see this, how much it's a beautiful brush for getting the paint on it and working with you. Just look at those furry little details. Ooh, I love it. I'm going to have to paint more roosters, different color roosters. My trademark is usually bicycles and antique vintage dressmaker forms and things, but I think it's going to be roosters now for a little while. I'm stuck on this brush. Okay. And you can come down with the fur or the hairs. And his name is going to be Patches, although he's kind of a little bit more delicate looking. Okay, now if you want to add a few finer hairs for up here to come up into the comb area, don't add as much paint. That's all. You just go to your area and just twist that around, and you don't have as much paint on it. And now you're going to add a few more stray hairs. This would be really cool on a Santa face. I used a smaller oval one. I think it's 1/4 inch for the eyelashes on Snowman. Who would have thought Snowman had eyelashes, but mine do. Okay. I think this is pretty cool. Thank you for painting with me, my rooster, and using my faux sable in my 3/4 inch faux sable brush. It's the oval brush. Also, I base coat it using a faux sable. It's a 1 inch brush. The beak and the comb, even if you wanted to, you could use the 1/2 inch faux sable. And of course my angle shader. I use my angle shader faux sable for base coating all of my designs in my acrylics, and I'm loving them. My Eye of the Tiger I use for my Pebeo with my liquid oil paints, and I love those also. The script liner that I like to use is the Black Gold #1 or 0. The #1 has got a nice length on it, and I will demo a bit of the hairs. Sometimes you want to put a few little loose hairs. I load my brush, wet my brush first. I completely load my bristles, going right into my paint, and I pull outwards. There you go. And I kind of do some curly cues. There you go. You make them a little more whimsical that way. The Black Gold brush in the script liner has the hairs, the synthetic hairs, the same as the rake comb in the faux sable, and they're awesome. The paint just really clings to it, and you're able to make very fine lines. Thank you for sharing this with me, and I can answer any questions. You can email me about this, about the brushes, or about any pieces I have at Annamarie 860 @gmail.com. Thank you.